They should have had a moment of mourning. They really should have for the loophole being closed in hockey that allowed the Lightning and the Panthers to sneak people in at the end of the season and break the salary cap in half. They are now through the new collective bargaining agreement that's going to save hockey for at least the next 5 years. Evidently, they're eliminating the thing that the state of Florida used to its advantage better than anybody, which is winning with an accounting loophole of we can slide Tkachuk in once the playoffs start, let him sit the second half of the season, and even though he was hurt in the Four Nations, go out and get Seth Jones and Marchand because Tkachuk's stashed away. They've now eliminated the ability to do that accounting loophole. Can we have a moment of silence or something? Can we do a ceremony for it?
I'm pumped up about it. I think it's great. And you were right to say the state of Florida is better than any other state at this. This is a Vegas Golden Knights thing. This is where Florida had lost to a team. They were decimated by injuries. They got crushed by Vegas that absolutely has done this every single year. It was a point of pride, really, for Florida that they hadn't, until this year, they had already won their cup, made it to a previous one, that they hadn't used that loophole that other teams that they had been taking out along the way have been using, and I'm glad that they closed it up. Glad. Let's make it a uniform rule. Bill Zito can follow it better than anybody. Let's do it. He's already proven it twice.
No, but Chris, we need to do a ceremony. We need to put it up in the rafters or something. This is look, man, if I had to have in the Hockey Hall of Fame something from the last 10 years, an item, a lever, something that would be mechanical that I would put in the Hall of Fame, I'd have to consider this rule, given what it's done for Vegas, Tampa, and Florida over the last decade.
Mm-hmm. They're also doing some stuff to try to squash tampering, which is out of hand in that sport. I mean, people in league circles have known about Marner to Vegas for months before he hits free agency. I do have some tea as a pertains to
wait
the
a minute.
Panthers.
What ranking is this? What ranking is T versus I happen to know and I know for a fact? What is the hierarchy of Mike's reporting?
This is not firsthand information. This is me comparing notes with other information people. For whatever reason, I'm super dialed to what Carolina's doing. Expect Ehlers there. But Florida's trying to bring back those three. If you're counting on a haircut for Brad Marchand, possibly, I'm sure he can command more in an open market, but it's not that super team-friendly. Florida's offering him basically what Boston offered him before he rejected that, which is a contract that I think is dead in the middle of the average annual value in the NHL. Ekblad is torn. Florida's doing what they can to put something in front of him that he'll take. I know Carolina's going to be super aggressive when it comes to Ekblad, and if he went out to the free agency market, he'd command more than he got here. We already saw with Sam Bennett. He's locked in, and that's a crazy great value. That's going to be a great contract, especially with the collective bargaining agreement that's going to see the salary cap go up and up. Florida's got a team that's going to be around for a while. These guys are in their late 20s. They're going to hang around. They're going to be they're going to have a say in the next few cups, and that's incredible. But we'll see on Brad Marchand. He's apparently torn 50-50 on whether or not to take Florida's present offer.
What do you want him to do?
If he takes it, I don't think it's a great annual value for a 37-year-old player that showed you this season signs of tailing off, and it was only until he got put on one of the best third lines in the history of the game that he resuscitated his career.
What do you want him to do?
If he comes back, I don't want him here. I don't want him here at that number, but if he comes back here, you ride with your guys and you trust the GM. That's where I'm at. I think Bill Zito's earned that. If Bill Zito says we're going to bring back these three guys and that's the move, and you're fine getting rid of guys like Evan Rodriguez, which is probably something that you're going to have to do, a guy that makes about half that annually, that has proven to you. Over the last two playoffs, Evan Rodriguez has had 30 points for this team. He was massive in the previous Cup win. He's a two-way player. He's on a team-friendly deal, but you're going to have to get rid of guys like that. And if you have confidence in how Brad Marchand's going to age, I think ultimately, I defer to the GM.